Hey everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. I'm trying to install TensorFlow with Python 3x, as you can see here, at tensorflow.org. I tried installing it on my Linux Ubuntu, just failed miserably. So I'm going to try to install the framework TensorFlow into my Python 3 environment. Hopefully you've seen a couple of my videos here. I'm going to be honest, I prefer doing everything on Mac, just it's easier. If you go to my channel here, you will notice a couple of videos that I put up. Two that may be of
Hey there,
interest.
how's your trading going? Let me show you some algo finance.
Before we start, there's a tutorial on installing Python 3 with VirtualBox and Ubuntu. I still have that environment open, but I've got this new one, how to install Python 3 and Jupyter on Mac OS. So that's running, that's working fine. So now going to the next step of trying to install Python 3 or with using Python 3 pip3 and install TensorFlow. Now also what I want to highlight here, the idea is to get Redis working with this TensorFlow library as a module for Redis 4. I believe it may or may not work. I don't know, but let's give it a whirl. See what happens. Okay, so first things first, let's install TensorFlow according to this instruction here. So as I said, we know we've got pip3 running, the package manager, so that's there running. So now what we're going to do is we're going to install with TensorFlow and hope for the best. Okay, let's see what happens. Now we're not doing any CUDA support or GPU support. We're on a basic Mac PowerBook laptop, so we're not going to be doing anything of that kind. So as that's running, what we're going to do afterwards is trying to run a basic script. So we go through all the different installation options. So here what we're going to do is we're going to run Python, run this little basic script, and hopefully that should run successfully. Okay, so permission denied, permission denied, required, install line, blah, 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 blah. Now these are what we call rabbit holes, really crappy rabbit holes. Let's try running sudo, see if that works. One more chance, which this one should work. Password, okay, there we go. So it's got some warnings here about permissioning again. So we got protobuf install, all these other wunderbar. Successfully installed TensorFlow 1.1. Interesting. Okay, good. So hallelujah for that. Okay, so now we're going to run Python 3, 3.61, which is the latest version of Python. So now we're going to trying to do some simple things here. So let's see if we can do the import. Okay, good. So far so good. Second line here, doing an equivalent of a hello world, I guess. See if that runs. So far so good. Run a session here. Some kind of no expertness. Okay. Was it compiled to AW TensorFlow wasn't compiled to use SSE, but there are available on your machine and could speed up QPU. Okay, so I think it's just maybe it's not using CUDA. Okay, so there we go. It's still kind of ran. Yay. Okay, so that's running. That's awesome. So now I'm going to open up a new terminal. And let's see if we have Redis server running. Okay, okay, so we're running 3.26 of Redis right here. But it's going to want question is, how do we do this? Okay, I know what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to create GitHub repository or a clone of it. So I'll just go to my Python folder. Okay, cool. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a dir or directory called Redis TF. Okay, Redis TF. Okay. So now I'm going to clone this directory. So we know that we have TensorFlow installed in this environment. So I'm just going to git clone. Okay, cool. So now, let's do a Redis. Okay. So now what we've been told in the README here is to run this script. sh build dependencies sh. See what happens here. Downloading the dependency objects, Redis and TensorFlow. Okay, let's see what happens here. Downloading Thai Redis, Lua. Because what we're needing to do is to build Redis 4, which is a release candidate that right now. So it's going to try to build it from source, which is what it's doing right now. Now it's trying to build a TensorFlow. Now, when I did this in Linux, it was bitching about not having this Bazel installed, which is needed for TensorFlow, which is already built. So let's just quit this. Okay. Please specify location of Python. So in this case, we're going to use so if I do user local bin Python. So here we go. So we have 3.6. This folder, I'm going to assume. So let's use the default, see what happens here. Defaults, TensorFlow with MKL, no. Please specify optimization flags, okay. Default with Google Cloud, no. Hadoop, no. TensorFlow with XLA, no. With verbs, no. With CL, no. CUDA support, no. Done. Bazel not found. Okay. Now the funny thing is, we already know that TensorFlow is built. So let me just go into CD models. So now it's trying to say Python 3. Yeah, it's Python 3, correct. So do Python 3 TF minimal Python. Let's see what happens here. Attributes module has no attribute MUL. CPU could file Python. TensorFlow was compiled to use FMA, but there are available machines speed up. Okay, so let's do just the Python. This might run. No. No module named TensorFlow. Yeah, this is kind of a mess. Screw it. But we got TensorFlow running, which is good. All right. Talk to you later.